pay attention and you will learn things that you've wanted to know your entire life and everybody has kept secret from you. But before we get into that, I've got a quick question for you. Do you want more peace and calm in your life? Would you do you like to help people? Would you like to be able to help the people without, feeling so emotionally drained afterwards? Would you want to be able to go to your vacation on the beach and just take work out of your head and just be present in the now and have fun? And would you like to have the confidence to, do that presentation in front of everybody and be like nice and excited and everything else? And of course you would, right? Everybody would. And all these miracle magical things, but and let me guess. You've flipped out and lost friends from losing your temper. You've been a doormat, not spoke up for yourself and your boundaries, so people just walk all over you. And all these terrible things. And you just feel like it doesn't work for you, that you can't get that inner peace and calm. And let me guess, you've tried reading books from people like Deepak Chopra, Eckhart Tolle, Neil Donald Walsh, The Alchemist, and many other fun books, but you still really don't get it, right? It like hasn't worked. And this isn't the first time you've tried this, right? You've been a student on this path of self-mastery for quite a while. And you've taken courses, gone to different word retreats, but there's still just that missing piece. Well, as Fool's Crow said, or talked about, he really didn't give much leeway to the medicine, the holy people that tried to hide all their secrets, because he felt those that are trying to hide them have the least. And, simple things like how you breathe have an enormous effect on your mental and emotional state. And they give you tips and tidbits, but they don't give you the whole picture to be able to work it out. And what I'm going to promise you is, once you're done with this video, you will know how you can have the tools necessary to create peace and calm in your life. And you'll be able to utilize those tools to keep returning back to your calm, still center, to listen to that still, silent voice inside as time goes on. Now, you're probably wondering who I am and why you should listen to me. My name is Jedi Hill. I'm the Alchemist Jedi. And before you get into it, yes, my name is really Jedi. It is short for Jedediah, which is the name God gave to Solomon through Nathan the prophet. In the Hebrew, it's beloved of the Lord, knowledge, wisdom. In some of the Egyptian, it was the columns or pillars that hold up the heavens and all kinds of other fun things. But none of that really matters. What I like going by Jedi is a name that is no name. I'm just like you or anybody else. When I was younger, I had a horrible speech impediment, lisp. I even cut off my tongue, as you might have been able to see the scar, when I was 8 years old. A little spit on my mouth. And had to do an involuntary 6 to 8 weeks, no speaking, and relearn how to speak. I was dyslexic, so the words and numbers would transpose on me. People were like, you never amount to anything. And, got picked on in school and all those different things. So I understand. I had anxiety to such a point during my early 20s that I would go to Walmart at 3 o'clock in the morning so I didn't have to interact with people. And I'd had to go down there during a busy one day, and I literally just curled into the fetal position to just try and let it go, just push it away. And it's quite embarrassing being a big, strong guy, and you're in the fetal position in the middle of a Walmart or in the middle of a festival, and it's just not okay. And I want to tell you a story of a point that really changed my life and how I ended up pinned with a 1982 Honda Prelude bumper across my shoulders, 2 wheels in the air, a foot on two trees, no bigger than this, under each foot, overlooking an 80 to 100-foot sheer cliff into a river. And yeah, and it was one of the scariest, most high adrenaline points in my entire life. But, let's go back and see how we got there. And I was partying with my friend Erin, and she was there with another guy. We're up at Belly Up in Aspen, which, if you've never been to Aspen, it is absolutely gorgeous. The high mountains everywhere. This is where the billionaires go to play, so it's a completely different world than most other places I have been around the country. But we're going through partying. Our group gets invited to go to an after party up in one of the mansions way up the road out of town after the bars are closing. So it's like, oh, cool. We get the directions, the address. We stop, get gas before we're going up there because you never know how far. And what's weird with the roads up there is once you get far enough in the backcountry, they don't have like the mailboxes with the numbers on them. You actually have to drive down their like half-mile driveways to figure out what their house numbers are. And, it's dark, middle of the summer party season, and we're way out in the middle of nowhere, which is how a lot of the rich people like it with the free room. And we getting close, we checked a couple houses, like, okay, it should only be either the next house or the next couple up. So we pull into the one driveway, realize, because we see some lights on at the house, it's like, nope, it's not the one we want. And as I'm driving, like turn around in their little thing, go back up their long driveway, its left side is right on the edge of that sheer cliff overlooking the river. And we're going up and the ground collapses like a little sinkhole under the back tire and we are stuck. I'm like, damn it. This is not okay. We got to figure out how to get out of this. So it's me, a real skinny guy, and my lady friend, just a friend, Erin. And like, okay, this skinny dude's not going to be able to much help in pushing, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to do this. Luckily, it's, a downhill and understanding, leverage and how everything else works from a physical perspective. I devise a way that we're going to get out of this and make it easy. So I set the steering wheel exactly where I want, because to get that back tire out, I'm going to have to push it downhill. And after the back tire's out, that front tire is going to go over that same sinkhole as we can get it curved back in because of the way the trees and things are in the way in the curve. So the skinny guy, I have like, okay, your only job is to hold this steering wheel right where I put it. So I get it set. So I know how it's going to spin out. And then I have my friend Erin like, okay, your job is back up. You just grab this e-brake if I tell you. I thank God I thought ahead and did that. That saved my life. And yeah, it was good. But so I'm in the front of the car. I start pushing. We get the back tire back onto the ground, and the front tire is starting to float. Just as I've got the front tire just about to touch the ground again, I've got my 2 feet on those 2 little trees that I mentioned earlier, and just pushing. I just got to do one more push and we're back on solid ground. I can ever do the e-brake. I'm like, cool. We're almost there. And the high idiot lets go of the steering wheel, and the steering wheel goes from this and just spins the other way on me and pins me back in with the car. So I've got the car looking at me. It's like, in my head, I'm thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Oh my God, I'm going to die. Overlooking sheer cliff. And as you may know or not know, we have 2 base biological fears. 1 is loud noise, and 2 is the fear of falling, because it usually means injury or death. Biologically, we get those thinking. So I'm flipping out. I am totally pissed off at the dude. It's like, if I get out of this alive, I'm going to wring your neck. I'm just, Rrr! And like, I'm pinned. He's, of course, looking, staying away. She had pulled the e-brake like I asked her to. And I'm looking down. It's like, okay, I got one chance at this. I bend my feet up and drop between the trees, grab the one with my arm, and swing back onto the ground as the car is falling into the trees. And I start crawling back up on the ground. I'm like, the first thing is like, okay, thank you, I'm alive. I made it. Now let me beat this bejeebies out of this dude to an inch of life that like nearly killed me. And luckily, my friend Erin, she like wrapped me up in a big hug and it's like, no, don't hurt him. And, you know, training, big guy, you don't hurt a woman under any circumstances. You treat them as a delicate flower because we're big and strong and we must protect our women. That's part of our biology and how we're meant to do things when you get into the divine masculine versus the other. But that's neither here nor there for right now. You can check into that stuff in later on. But what I learned later on that I didn't know then is by her holding and hugging, even as I'm trying to like take step by step without hurting her to go after this dude. After about 20 seconds, my body started releasing oxytocin, which is the lover bonding hormone. And after about a minute of her just holding on a hug, my nervous system is like, calm back down. And, you know, I didn't do the kid, but it's like I hit that wall that like, I don't have control over my own emotions. Like I've worked, I've been reading, I've been learning these from the spiritual guru since I was a kid. Why do I not have this level of discipline yet? You know, I felt like I was out of control. You know, I didn't feel worthy to be pursuing where I'm going with these. And what I didn't realize at the time is I didn't have the tools to manage my emotions at that point. And I didn't even know I didn't know. So at that point, I made a declaration of independence, like I'm going to figure this stuff out. And then I went on a long, long journey. This is 14 years ago now when this first happened. And I have studied with elders and healers and scientists and psychologists and philosophers around the country, read thousands of books. And, you know, as I keep progressing on this, like I started after a couple of years, started noticing some signs of success when I'm in, you know, rush hour traffic that would just normally flip me out, irritate anyways. And a guy pulls in front of me, makes me slam on my brakes. And instead of flipping out, flipping bird, I use my tools. I stop, take a breath. I reframe how I was thinking about things and took it from the upset to a point of gratitude. And a minute or so later, I'm driving up the road and see the guy got pulled over by a cop. And I'm like, thank the Lord, there by the grace of God, go I, thank God it's them, not I. And they saved me from getting a ticket for possibly speeding myself. So I was genuinely grateful. And I noticed how it calmed down. I got to work that day. And it was like, it had only, you know, something that would have normally flipped me out and have my adrenaline rushing for that first couple hours of work. 5-10 minutes later, it was fine. And as I kept digging deeper and deeper into this stuff, I just learned there was this just huge conspiracy to keep this information from you. You have the Essene orders, like the Masons, Templars, the different mystery schools that have like held all this knowledge on how to discipline your thoughts and emotions and kept it from the public. There's been some great people like Carl Jung, one of the founders of psychology, that was bringing alchemy and looking to explain it in a semi-scientific term because it's both subjective and objective when you're looking at the mental states. And, you know, I just kept digging deeper. Like I found when, you know, even the Bible that's supposed to be your guiding light, you know, your basic instructions before leaving Earth. It's all a lie. Back in 325 AD at the Council of Nicaea, they took out several books from the Bible, and even the books they left in, they took out different verses that taught you how to pray, how to commune, how to discipline and stay in that center place where you can get the calm and peace. So, there's all these different things. Now you have these elite corporations and, the central banks and everything wanting to keep you consume and keep you into a mental fear state. So you're easier to control because they know once you regain control of your thoughts and your emotions, you are no longer controllable. You can no longer be their slave, that they can just direct as their workforce as they will. You start being conscious, sovereign human beings. And that was the big lie. It's like, so much of the churches and everything else, they teach you this victim mentality where you were meant to follow the path of the masters, not worship them. And this has been intentionally suppressed. And they've used the tools to elicit people's emotions for the fear. And if you look into DARPA, you can see how they can use certain pulses of light to elicit anger and fear in you anytime they want. And they use it for the mainstream news all the time. Your ABC, NBC, CBS, your CNN, your Clinton News Network, and your Fox Network. You dig into the conspiracies, you're going to find that there is 6 companies that own over 90% of all the TV channels, newspapers, and everything else. And they're completely controlling what is input into your brain. So they start to control the way you think and the way you feel. And they make their money, especially with women, on your insecurities. Like if you were secure and confident, the makeup industries, half of the fashion industries would just collapse if you were actually confident and loved yourself. So, and it's not you. It's not your fault that you weren't able to figure this stuff out, that your emotions go erratic and out of whack. And it happens to all of us. The key is learning how to ride the wave and pull it back in so you can come back to that calm, still center and think about things rationally and use logic after the emotional state, after you've let it pass and flow through you. And, it's these governments and these elites, these secret societies, the Masons, they actually broke up my family when I was a teenager to stop me from what I'm sharing with you right now. And I just know it. They had various prophecies, and we're not going to go into that. But, as I figured all this stuff out and I got all these missing pieces from the books and what they taught, my growth and my mental state just started to get better and better. I was able to maintain calm in that. So instead of getting irritated 100 times a day, I might only get irritated 2 or 3. And then I would have days where I wouldn't get irritated at all. And sometimes I'd go weeks or months without, getting upset or anything. And it just keeps getting better and better as time goes on. Now, if you look at the videos below, you can check out some of the testimonials from people that I've helped around the country. And I had one client I worked with out west that, they got off drugs and got their family off of drugs. I've had other ones in New Zealand, Australia, Europe that I've talked and helped with different people over the years as I've been learning and figuring this stuff out myself. And, what I find really cool is, you can check out the people that have transformed some of their lives down below. But the hidden benefits for me, I found, is I'm more aware of what's going on around me. My emotional states are more stable. So it's like you're like a buoy or just a boat in the water. You just let the waves flow through you without knocking you over. And that takes practice. And I found I have more energy and I'm more efficient with my time and my thinking. The thinking is clear. So when I apply myself to a task, I have more focus and I can direct the energy and I get things done in a fraction of the time it used to take me. And that's why I created my book, Alchemy, the Master's Path, Create Your Common Peace. Now, like I said, this was initially over 10 years ago, 14, when I started on this journey. I have read hundreds of books, talked with professors. This is one stack of the notebooks that went into the book. You have this entire giant briefcase, pulling notes, quotes, not to mention all the hundreds and hundreds of files online where I've pulled the research and everything to put this together. And the great part for you is, because I've done all this work, you don't have to. You get all the pieces and everything to where you can start disciplining your thoughts and your emotions. And it's all put in the book. You've got exercises and orders and just different things to help you flow through. So instead of it taking you 10 years to really start getting major results on your mental and emotion, within 6 months to a year, you're going to go from flipping out multiple times a day to, being able to start being calm and just enjoying life, getting it to when you wake up in the morning, your natural state of mind is like, thank you, Lord, for another day. So, and how would it be? Your benefits for this is like, you have a clearer mind so you can get more done in less time. You have the focus so you can let go of the distractions and get what you need done. You have more, as you go through this, you get more confidence so you can give that speech in front of your friends and coworkers or whatever and be confident. You can have that courage to ask that girl out or ask that guy out, whichever you're into. You can do so many more things than you have. When you decide to, it's time for a vacation, you'll be able to put the work aside so you can just enjoy the moment with your friends, family, and what have you. And, check out the testimonials below. You can see some of the people I've helped. And this is your chance to pre-order the book, Alchemy the Master's Path. And with this book, you're going to get a signed copy. Well, I'm only doing 100 copies of this. You're also going to get access to private Facebook group, Alchemy the Master's Path, worth over $400 because you're going to get access to me for a very long time and other people in the community that'll help you get through things. And also as a special just for you, 100 people, because I couldn't do this all day, I'm going to give you a free 1-hour discovery call, which I charge $250 to help pinpoint where you need to focus so you can eliminate your stress and anxieties, get rid of the depression and bring yourself back to a calm, peaceful state. And, you're going to get all this just for $197. Now, if all this did was let you go enjoy vacation and have more fun with friends without stressing about work while you're having fun, would it be worth it? If all this book did was give you the courage to give a presentation at work and improve your career, would it be worth it? And if all it did was stop you from hurting your friends' feelings by you learning, I'm getting upset, but I can calm myself back down and talk without offending them, and you stop losing your friends, would it be worth it for you then? Would it be worth it if you had the courage to go ask that guy or girl out? Right? Of course it would. Of course it would. But, you're not going to pay that $197 today only for you here on this page. You're going to get the book for $19.99. And I'm going to give you free shipping and handling. So you don't have to worry about any shipping. I've got the shipping on for you. And as one more to help with you take the leap of faith for yourself and just to completely reverse and eliminate the stress, I'm going to give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. If after you read the book, it hasn't helped you improve your life, let me know. I'll refund you. You can keep the book. Now, like I was saying, there were only 100 copies of this. And let me take a look here. Okay. The first video I did yesterday. So we are down to 92 copies. So they're going quick just from last night. They're not going to be here long. Get yours while you can. And, just imagine how your life will look at after reading the book when you're able to be calm and be joyful, have fun with your friends and not be all stressed out. You can actually be present in the moment and just let that peaceful, joyful be your base state of being. So fill out the form, order your book, let us know where to send it to, and you're going to get a personal autograph copy with a personal message for you. And now for those of you who have already, clicked the link, filled out your stuff, you're going to get an email with a link to the group and a link to where you can schedule your discovery call with me to help you with whatever your issues are. Now, remember, this is not about me. And I'm going to be happy, calm, enjoying life no matter what, whether you get the book or not. And, when you look away a year from now, you're still going to be stressed. If you don't get the book, you're still going to be stressed, anxious, depressed. And what do you have to lose? Get rid of the anxiety, get rid of the depression? No. I've got that now, and you can have it too. Now, remember, to all you who have already signed up, you're getting free access to that Facebook group and a 1 hour discovery call for me. And, we only got that 92 books. They're here on the table and they're going fast. And when it's gone, it's gone. And when it's gone, it's gone. So check it out, and blessings to you.